What's up, Boo? What is this?
Luth.
Oh.
And look. It's got handymans.
I think you are a ninja.
And then it's got this. So if it gets cold,
or you need a mask,
I got two of them. Well, this gray one, and then the purpley blue one.
Just my new shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I got 5.
Mm-hmm. And it's got front pocket and feel the material.
Very nice.
So it's not going to keep me super warm, but it'll be nice layering underneath a jacket if we get it. Okay, just wanted to show you my new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This was also, is there a hole? Yeah.
There is, ponytail.
Ponytail hole.
Pony hole.
Pony hole.
All right, pony hole.
Mommy likey.
You better.
I'll keep it. Thumb holes. Holes everywhere. Assholes.
Where's his feet coming from? Why is it flipped? It's not flipped. Seems all right. Yep.
Then Arena made a mistake too.
Wow. Jan might draw another worse position.
This is crazy. Also the fact that they're
What do you want from me? Come on, sit down. Our timeline is in chaos. You need to go mischief town.
Loki is unpredictable.
I knew it was I am. Good. Big both. Original series streaming Wednesday, June 9th. Only on Disney Plus.
Minutes?
Yep. There's going to be 5-minute with 3-second bonus guys. That's the Blitz format. And then if it's all tied after that, then the players have to play on the ground. Now, Kifaru, as we call her, the choice of color
7. And now it's time for F. Yep, there it is. Which is why the computer really wanted you to go knight h5. Knight h5 is a really good move. Now pawn takes, queen takes, and that is going to be our source of balance. White is going to play down the F file. Magnus really doesn't seem too comfortable. He's down to 5.5 minutes on the clock.
Downtime, and also there's this slight pressure that the F4 pawn push is creating. I think for a practical chance, this could be the beginning of something. It's tiny, so far this is the least complex and sharp game that we see, but it is something.
Yeah, this is very problematic for black. It shows the nature of this variation where white can trade off knight and bishop but have this active queen. And so, because white is first to get developed, it's really difficult for black to make a move, considering white is ready to play f4 and it opens up this room the same side back. Which is why I said bishop e6. I mean, just take advantage of your structure, but trade off the bishop. It's also very hard. And I'm also not the one playing this. If I can keep going, and that might be the best thing.
Bishop e6, and you predict the let's see how the play reacts. I think bishop takes e6 is one of the main moves, obviously, but what else do you think you can consider?
Bishop e6 forces queen e6, because if it takes f6, then you would play f5 probably, and this is just a wall. This is losing. I got no pawn like this. This is bad. So the question is really: do you take e5 or do you take e6? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, bishop takes e6 or taking on e5.
I don't think it matters. I mean, bishop e6, queen e6 when you play f5, probably not. Black will just get back to c9.
Yeah, f5 is tempting and it is to push the pawn and the bishop doesn't really achieve anything. It will force the trade of the bishops, but after pushing f5, there's no pressure on left center anymore. And g4, g5 seems to be very unlikely that you can carry it out. Like I started with h6, knight h7, and so on. So I don't think that the color will go all in with the kingside pushes.
So e1. Bringing another move to the party. H6 just breaks the attack. He's leaving this as is. He's actually just keeping the tension in the pawn. I think he has a long-term plan to create an attack. Maybe the rook lift to g3. And actually successfully play f5. Bishop takes e3 because he's taking pawn a little bit. Maybe not. Maybe not. Knight takes is kind of dumb. Black takes knight takes pawn.
Well, I told you that we were going to get to 200,000 before I have a big frog roll for my channel, right? I think we're going to get to 250,000 before big frog appears on the NHS channel. Still waiting. BTTV. Hurry. Hurry. We want to have big frog too, just like the GM Hikaru and Gotham just yelled, having a party with big frog.
Yep. I'm sorry that you're being delayed. Sometimes it happens when you delete it and then like re-add it. I don't know if you guys delay. Magnus in thought, down
Oh.
6 minutes.
Oh, I'm being told that I need to refresh because it's already here, big frog. Oh, okay. The road is back to how we know it. Lots of BTTV spamming. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
I don't like that move at all. Oh my, I don't like that at all. Queen f4. Is the idea that Magnus will trade on g5 in the future? Is that he will play like rook e8, queen g5 somehow? With no queen, it's going to be really hard to attack. Black's counterplay is around e6, e5. I'm curious what Ceci says. And then my stock pitch was like, let's play 4, let's play 5. But is Ceci just calmly like, there is no advantage here?
Ceci is saying 0.22, which is something. It's not much, but it's a bit of pressure on that position. And it matters who has to play more precisely with less time.
People asking about knight g4. Not a bad move as a one mover, but the problem is that as chess get better at chess, every move has pluses and negatives. Just because you make one move that attacks one thing, doesn't necessarily mean it's the best move. Or it's even a good move for that matter. So play knight g4 right now. I played queen g3. Now your knight's just a card. And your best move is to move your knight back. 596. So that's kind of the problem. Is that on the surface it looks fine, but for the long-term improvement of your position, it might not be the best. But it might be the best. I don't know. Listen, if Ceci says it, all right, then it's the best move. But
Yes, it said this for the knight maneuver, yes. So if you're heading toward a different spec for the knight, and it's part of the knight maneuver, then it makes sense. Just the attack itself doesn't make much sense.
right. So Ceci says, guys, knight g4 because the plan is to go knight e5, knight g6, block the queen on the g file, and attack the rook. Now, obviously, your local 1100 looking at Ceci was thinking that to go here, here, and here. Of course, rerouting the knight strategically, block the queen, right?
Yeah, it's very obvious. We would all play it instantly.
See, obviously, Magnus doesn't. Magnus is not as good as your local 1100 looking at Ceci, so instead he trades the bishop and now has no way of playing that g4. He's better than Magnus. Crazy. Let's have Hikaru play you in order to beat Magnus. An 1100 who can look at Ceci every other move, or Hikaru. Every other move, not every move, every other move.
Every other
Gotta go with Hikaru. The probability of a terrible move being played at any of those moments you don't have engine support. I'm a root for Hikaru.
Yeah, I think Hikaru would be very smart on in which moment they have a critical decision to take. Maybe if it's more randomized, if the grandmaster doesn't know if it's every second move, so it would be like every couple of moves, but you don't exactly know which move. That could be interesting.
I think when the move comes that the guy hangs a rook, then you suddenly know that the engine was not consulted. Yeah, okay. Hikaru's game plan is obviously to bring pieces to the F file. Computer is really not afraid at all. I don't necessarily think that Magnus is that scared. Vice position is definitely more pleasant, but I don't know if the attacking possibility of
In the other match, in the end, it was a German Konichi. You are right. He scared already twice in a row from a lost position, and they will still make the great effort and final reckoning.
Hikaru's only spent 20 seconds. Some of the moves have kind of flown naturally. Rook 8, 8. Not coming near a 7. Rook 8, 8. What, go back to 8? Oh, no, you're going to play c5 and block my queen out. Right, of course.
All right. Yeah, easy. If he doesn't play rook e8, which is, to be fair, not the easiest to win that pawn all by itself, unprotected. Will he think of rook fe8, or what other moves do you think he's considering?
Probably something to e8, probably c5. c5 is a tough move to play because you just rule out d5 forever when you play c4. Magnus has played rook e8. I mean, I was thinking queen a7, rook a8 was the idea. And probably allowing this at all is not very good for him. I don't know why you would allow this. Rook a8 is not an insane move. Also, you threaten knight d5. So if you throw plays h3, knight d5, takes, like 3. That will not happen.
So it makes perfect sense to take the pawn because he is a queen anyway.
True. I was gonna say you can maybe play like something to rook one maybe rook f. No, rook f1 is a bit. You don't play rook f1 here.
I would like to see the plan. If queen takes a7 and if Magnus is playing to push c5 or the more natural king.
Rook takes f6, nice, probably. sack the knight like for the knight if the king has to open up. In this case, it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't because on F1, and you have to take that from F6 with the pawn.
Or basically F2. But now maybe D5, then E5, then knight E7, then T4, then F6, then E6. Ah, I don't know about D5 actually. D5, D5, knight E7. Or
And it's on the board. That's not the necessity. Really wanted to play this 0, 0, 0. And the pawn pushes.
Okay. Yeah, this will probably just end up with draw, even with the time disparity. Then we will.
Take the position. I just want to say that if the position stays somewhat complex, then the time difference will matter. But if everything will get simplified after E5 and E5 and E7 for F6, we shall see if I can still simplify the position there or not. That's going to be key.
Says he wants E5. Well, E5 is natural. Take up E5 with your rook. So you've got to do something with your pawn. Either defend it with knight or try to play E5. And the players see the pawn on the left. No. No.
But it would be great if they could.
That
That's a different variant of chess.
would be pretty fascinating if they could see the detail more, yeah. Just throughout the game, you know. I don't know what would happen actually. I don't know what effect that would have on players. They would probably be trying to think in a slightly different way. Queen A7 now? Yeah, maybe. But again, if black is able to take on E4, I don't know.
Yeah, if you wanted to take on A7, you could have done the move earlier and E4 wasn't any.
I think it'll be wrong. I think it'll be fine.
I guess he is considering E5 on one of the options, but also if he doesn't like something in that position, he's not obliged to push the pawn. He can also just play, I guess, knight D2 if he just wants a trade on E4.
I'm starting to get less and less excited about this position.
Yeah, I'd love to see E5 and E4, but even then, it's too solid.
I think we're good. I hope you guys are ready.
That is exciting. Also, obviously, we're gonna get to see 2 more games. If this game has a result, there are no more games between Hikaru and Magnus. Maybe not ever, but not today, not in this tournament. Only one of them can make it to the semis. If it's a draw, this final epic game, then they will play 2 more games, 2 blitz games. And if it's a tie after 2 blitz games, then we have an Armageddon.
Which is fun.
Is
Knight at C4, knight F5. The Armageddon Hikaru has said that he would probably take white against Magnus, against anybody, but I think today, if it went there, he would probably take the black pieces and just try to hold and hope that Magnus plays D4 again, which I don't think he's going to play.
he would be the one to choose, right? This time it's the other way around.
Yes. Big thought here from Hikaru, probably deciding between knight E2 and E5. And there are no other games. The only other game is Nepo Karwana, and that's going to be game 4. And that's starting at some point. I take black and Armageddon? Yeah, probably. No. I would play white. I like the extra minute. Games are far less likely to end in a draw at IM level. We're not very good, so someone would definitely lose. Also
He
nice.
really, sorry, I was just going to say that he really is considering here if he wants to play on, I feel like, because if you want to play on, I guess E5. If you just want to go for the blitz, knight E2 seems to be risk-free.
Someone said knight c5, but knight c5 doesn't really have a threat. Knight d4 is an idea. You could play knight d4, de, knight f5. Maybe that's what he's calculating. Knight d4, de, knight f5. With some attack and maybe knight takes g7. Oh, is that what you do here?
maybe we haven't considered that move before, and it does have some venom too, so you get the knife right?
It looks really nice. I don't know how good it is. It's probably just equal, but it looks nagging. It looks a little bit annoying. The 9 out of 5 is really strong. You gotta go. Gotta make a move.
Yeah, luckily Hikaru has so much time advantage that he still is up 5 minutes, but this has been a long time since he's considering this move.
Means it's debating everything. You can create imbalance and try to create attack. You can just play solid, put some pawns. You can play super solid and don't even move the pawn and bring that back to B2. Yep.
It's not an easy decision to take.
These guys had more decisive results than somebody their matches combined, so
True.
a little bit of an adrenaline dump as well.
Oh well. Well, that does give us time also to discuss predictions and also that. Oh no, it doesn't give us time. I was gonna ask you, Larry, about Poly Market again and how can people participate?
Yeah, you're more than welcome to do that. Before now, right? Before?
Yeah, let's discuss the position first because now I was thinking it would speed up because you push e5 in the idea of supporting it with the other pawn before.
Love to play knight c5 here, but unfortunately I'm unable to. Knight c1.
I like the knight run over heading toward d3 and from d3 would make it to c5 or f4 one day.
Okay.
But f6 is already here to simplify the position.
We are probably getting a draw. Yeah, all right, here we go. The big swap. Bang, 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 bang. Okay, everything's getting traded.
How many of you predicted it? It still is not official, but it's very likely that will be the result of this game, and that will mean 2 more games at least, if not 3. 2 more Blitz games, and maybe even Armageddon.
Hikaru gets to choose what color she also starts to blitz. So he will of course choose black.
True. So that's an advantage of the preliminaries, as we already discussed. The first 3 days are about who are the top 8 players that will qualify to the quarterfinals. And the only thing about the standings is that the higher you finish in the standings for the first 3 days will give you a chance to choose the color you play the first game with in your matches, and also you can choose the color in the Armageddon.
It's nice to finish above. At the end of the day, I don't know if it matters a tremendous amount now that things have kind of came off here. We're going to get king f2 by Hikaru and probably queen f7 by Magnus, and then probably just a king. Yeah, and there it is. I don't actually. Okay, that's interesting. It would actually be bad to trade the queen really fast. For example, if you had like queen f7, maybe it was bad. Maybe this endgame was like quite as more active. I don't know, but now we. I don't know. A little tricky. It's like about to be a draw, but if you rush it, maybe it's not a draw. I don't know.
We're getting closer to our 250,000 mark. That's what I'm also saying. Thank you so much to each and everyone for your support today. More than ever, we need your help. And there will be one more giveaway, but also there is a final giveaway that counts from all the donations during the stream. So at any point of the stream, outside the giveaway period too, even here, right now, right here, if you donate $25 or more, so $25 or more, that goes to the final giveaway, which is a Logitech bundle and a PSN jersey, a Hikaru jersey as well, plus a very good chest set. basically many of the cool things that you have seen already on the screen. That's our final bundle that is outside the giveaway. So at any point of the show, $25 or more.
Here comes Queen 2. Or even King F3 maybe. Because even if you take on P2, it's probably just a draw. Or King F5. King F7. E7. It'll be a draw. King F3. Alright, boys. Bring it home.
At the same time, on our smaller board, we have the final rapid game between the Kamishi and Karana. It's crazy to see that it's still a tie when Karana did have a winning endgame in game 2, even game 3 was basically a turning point when the Kamishi blundered. Maybe it wasn't that obvious to blunder, but Karana had an advantage in both previous and the second game as well. And yet, Kamishi was managed to somehow rescue the situation and it still is a tie.
I guess that's what Queen V1. 50 moves. 50 because you attack B2 and Queen B2, Queen A2. Magnus isn't done yet.
It's not done yet, and what is it that he's supposed to be now because King G3, he's giving up B2 because he now can start giving checks. Yeah, I guess most guys getting by the Queen C to Queen C was more active than Queen C is on the board, so this is now control. And it was gonna be the same if after Queen C the King goes to F7 and then Queen B7, I'm guessing. The King goes to the 6th rank, you still have Queen B6. The Black King cannot run away. We also have Queen B5 then.
Just giving checks. It's a draw. Which means we have one more game, Nepo versus Riano, which is winner take all, I believe, right? Because they tied yesterday, they made 3 draws today.
Yeah, it's the same situation that was with Hikaru. Good news about the draw. Yes, we know this wasn't fireworks, just like many of the previous games were fireworks. Many decisive games. This final game was a solid draw, but it means that we are in for a treat because that's guaranteed 2 more games, if not 3. Magnus and Hikaru will now have a short break, and then they are back with Blitz. 5 minutes, 3-second increment, 2 games at least, if not a third Armageddon 2.
I might not seem excited because I'm going through my 2 p.m. energy drop.
It's always at 2 p.m.
It's rough because the breakfast and the coffee is beginning to wear off, which is why I'm in the process. I wanted to order food and I couldn't decide if I wanted pizza or a big fat burrito. What do I want? Chad, do I get the? Hey, can we get a poll?
I was gonna ask, do you need a poll on this?
We got like 30,000 people there. I will order whatever you guys decide. Let's get a poll. I'll order pizza or burrito.
I made my ramen the other day. It won't be so good. It turned out pretty well, and I'm not that good of a chef.
And the things that you talk about cooking more than qualify you as a chef. Don't be that person that's like, oh, I cooked a really delicious meal with some eclectic ingredients, but I don't know how to cook.
It's just that I feel like other friends of mine, for instance,
Wait,
Mrs. Geary, Sofiko, Vermicelli is an amazing chef. So I guess it depends on the comparison. I learned a lot from Sofiko, that's true.
why did they add sushi?
Oh.
I asked for 2, y'all gave me 3. Sometimes it's good. Like if I ask for a side, you give me an extra side. That's good. You just took 20% of people who would have voted for something else. You're messing with the polls, man. Riot, people. Your democracy is being challenged. Sorry, I'll stop.
I love some sushi. Can I have the sushi? Yeah, like I said the other day, we were discussing this, the fish or not fish. I love some sushi. Vegetarian or salmon. Salmon is my favorite fish.
Man, it's 3% separating the two votes. 29% of people could have voted for something else, and they got messed with. Oh man, do I go for the plurality? I like how sushi's overtaking burrito, even though I'm not even ordering it. Oh my god. On my channel, it was 50-50. 1,042 votes for each one.
How?
Oh my god, I've never seen that before.
Sushi is leading. Lemmy, you need to order. You said you're gonna order what the poll is.
Oh my god. I've never seen that before.
But at least it's sushi. It could have been worse.
Alright, I gotta go to Twitter with this.
I'm curious to see what you're gonna tweet.
I've never seen that before. Twitter's gotta help me break the tie. 1,042 votes. We should just make this trending on Twitter. We should be like those Minecraft communities that just get things trending, like hashtag burrito, hashtag pizza, and then it'll say in the right side, it'll say, fans of content creators GM Hikaru, Anna Chess, and Gotham Chess are having a feverish debate as to whether or not, you ever seen those, like, for the Minecraft?
Yeah. Honestly, that would be awesome. I'm just looking at your previous tweet. Not bad. Living rent free in some people's heads. Nice quotes. Amazing.
Yeah. So yesterday I uploaded a video and I was just sitting here and I had my YouTube dashboard open and I saw this guy like going to each of my videos individually writing a hate message. And I was like, okay, he seems to have his priorities ordered. And then I searched his name in my comment history and there was just like 30 of them. Like I only screenshotted like 6. This guy has been writing hate messages for 6 months on my YouTube channel.
That's dedication. I mean, impressive. A very impressive dedication for your own cause. Because you guys should all use that energy and time and dedication for great causes like today's one.
What is this gatekeeping? Dude, you're from New York, don't get a burrito unless you're in the South. Don't you know New York City has like some of the most authentic food like ever? You got like the hole in the wall place that has a C sanitation rating, is on the verge of getting shut down, but makes the best food ever. You know in New York City that if you cannot speak in English to the person who runs the place, it's gonna be even better tasting food. That's the secret. Not if you go to like Domino's. Domino's. It's Domino's. But where in New York do I live? At the intersection of mind you and business. That's where I live. That's where I live. Not too much is occurring in this game. It looks like Namor just wants to go to a blitz.
I guess after what happened in the previous rapid games, a blitz for the Punish is already amazing. Although yesterday he was the one leading in the match, so this has been a lot of back and forth between the Punish and Carvana. The Punish was leading all the way until the final rapid game of yesterday.
Apparently, it's been pointed out to me, I had a poll once that was also 50-50. How does one guy on my Twitter have a screenshot of a poll done months ago on my channel that was also 50-50? Bro, don't you have like homework to do or something?
That is dedication, though.
Oh my, okay, all right, there you go.
This time it's supportive. That's why we're very dedicated friends. This is wholesome. Shout out to you, Mary.
Still worried, man. If you're still in school, you gotta listen. I do some homework or something. Actually, I kind of like John's position because this structure for Fabiano is very, very sus. I mean, you can't move the rook because you're gonna lose the game pawn. I don't know. Only Neville can play this for a win.
I never can play for a win if it is true, but would he crazy fast.
Yeah, Vichy's really good, but man, Vichy's just not playing these events. I don't blame him though. I feel like once you played on the World Trade Center, you've like played for multiple world championships, you're 50, chilling, you're married, got a son. I gotta get online and be with these young 20, 30-year-old degens. Just go be the pioneer of chess in your country, essentially. Keep pushing chess to new heights in India. Vichy's probably also involved with some charitable initiatives there. Just, do your thing. Let these guys battle without me.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Speaking of Vichy, reminder on today's cause, because we are here for the great chess, but we are also here for a great cause. We will still have one more giveaway for when it's a time giveaway, when you need to be here and ready. But in the meantime, all the donations, $25 or more, go to the final giveaway. That is the Logitech bundle with the Hikaru jersey included in it and a very cool chess set to play with Bonka and Bergeron.
Anna, I've just been prompted. We're adding a giveaway.
Oh,
So,
okay. I
we've
take it
added.
back. We have more.
Yes, Care is so impressed with our community, they just literally told me, shout out to Benji, how you doing? Benji, impressed. Was like, I'm gonna give this community even more stuff. So, I'm gonna go to my overlay for the giveaway and hit the biggest Juice King giveaway. No video on this one. We're just going straight to the giveaway. Hit that button. We're gonna hit 250. I think we can even hit 300. 2 more giveaways. That last one is gonna be. It's been the final one has been called the final Hikaru Juicer. This one is called the biggest Juice King.
It's been for the biggest juice king. Just to make sure I'm clicking on the right one. Oh,
Yes,
and
let's
it's
go.
started.
Yes.
10 minutes. Now, again, it's the usual thing, but if you're new here, let us tell you. Exclamation mark charity. But don't just spam the comment. You need to click on the link. Every donation below $25 gives you 1 entry per dollar. Every donation above $25 is 2 entries per dollar. If you enter previous giveaways, that doesn't count for this one. So if you want to win the biggest Juice King giveaway, let's show everyone what we have for the biggest Juice King. By the way, you need to enter for the next 9.5 minutes.
Yep, and I actually gotta download the slide for the final. I don't even know what's in the final giveaway. This one's crazy. This one is crazy. Here you guys go. I'm gonna put this on the big screen. Sorry, Yana. This is what you get. You got the mouse, the keyboard, the PS5, the chair, the headset, the jersey, a laptop, and the chess set. Did I say the chess set twice? I don't know. All that.
Is it? It's everything we've talked about multiplied, and the laptop added on top of everything. A gamer laptop, of course. Because you wouldn't want to play chess on a non-gamer laptop, right?
You know why? Because they know that when they come to us, we're gonna raise a lot of cash. So what do? They say, listen, we usually do like 3 or 4 giveaways, but for y'all, we'll double that. We'll do 6. I thought it was only gonna be 5. Then Benji was like, you know what? Let's surprise you. Benji's always full of surprises. So we've got a final one, and this is the crazy. This is the penultimate giveaway that we're doing today. So let's go. Mods, spam that link. Otherwise, the plebs in the chat are just gonna write Extend Charity and not do anything. So let's give them that link. Click that link or click any of the donation panels. Donate. You guys know the drill. Say, I'm gonna keep this on the screen as a permanent reminder.
It's a good reminder. And about the laptop, it's a Razer Blade 15 that you are seeing on the picture, and it's the one that you can take home if you enter for the next 8 minutes. Remember, every donation below $25 is 1 entry per dollar. Every donation above $25 is 2 entries per dollar, and you need to donate within the next 7.5 by now minutes. Previous giveaways don't count for this one. They count for the overall one, not for this one. So make sure to enter now. Click on the link. Don't just spam it.
This all distracted me from actually ordering my burrito, but also it was 50-50. So I'm leaning burrito, but so many carbs. But these is also. I gotta think. I gotta time it. Time it so I can eat, not crash, finish this, raise a ton of money for charity, do the recap, and go outside and run. That's the plan for today. It's beautiful weather today in New York City. I'll go outside. I'm gonna run from all my problems. And yeah, shawarma. That's also sounds good, man. Come on, man. Also sounds good, man.
Oh, I'm getting so hungry too, and I'll be here for the after party as well. If anyone wants to join me later, I'll be here forever. I'll be here after the broadcast as well today. But make sure to enter the giveaway. Speaking of food, speaking of the chess broadcast, seriously, you only have 6.5 minutes left.
What are we at? I can't see.
I think my dashboard has crashed from the generosity of you guys. I'm refreshing to be able to see 268,000 already.
We broke the goal. I think we get, how much time we have? Oh, we got 6 minutes? 6 minutes. I want us to get to 285. That's as much as I can bench press. It's as much as you can raise for charity. I might be lying, but I don't think that's too crazy of a goal. 285. 285.
We are almost at 285 or 284. We need to up the goal, and our donation goal has been changed to 3333333. How many times I've said it? 300,033. Yeah, I can't say numbers, but many threes.
Yeah, I don't think I can lift 285. I think looking at a barbell with 285 pounds, just looking at it, I think just, you guys ever watch a video of someone lift something and you're like, you feel your back break watching them do it? That's the way I feel watching some of these people squat or like deadlift like 800 pounds.
Get ready for the 300 levy because we are approaching it.
I can't. Page unresponsive. You can wait for it to become responsive or exit the page. And you guys donate so much.
293,000 almost. We are just crossing it. Thank you so much, everyone.
Wow.
5 minutes left. You need to donate within the next 5 minutes if you want to spend it for the biggest Juice King giveaway.
Yeah,
And also, you can just enter to help because that's the main cost.
that's insane. Wait, we raised like 40 grand in 2 minutes.
It is insane. It is absolutely insane. And what we've said already, we are raising funds for CARE to support their efforts in India. $1,000 is sufficient for up to 30 PPA kits for frontline workers, and $100,000, of which we already have now 3, is a hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, you are building hospitals. The 3rd one already is in the way.
Yeah, it's amazing. This will be a lot of money going for a lot of great things. It's going to be the gear, the tents, the beds, the tanks, transportation costs to actually fly that stuff there. Goes to a lot of really great stuff. And I feel like the last few that we've done are a bit more general help. More like feeding the hungry, talking about the whole rice transportation and all the grain farmers and helping local businesses and all this. But this is like, we have had videos today from people on the front lines of this crisis, and it humanizes everything. You see firsthand the disaster that is occurring over there, and I think it's quite compelling.
It is a very sad situation, but as we said, we coming together as a community can move mountains. $300,000 already raised by you guys, and it keeps going. It keeps going.
Chat thought when I said we're sending in tanks, they meant like that is definitely the American solution. Like, oh, they need healthcare, let's just bring in tanks. Like maybe they'll figure it out. I don't know. We'll send them some arms or something. No, we meant big tanks of oxygen. That's what we meant.
Oxygen tanks are the ones that are
Yeah,
needed.
listen. Oh, they need food? All right, take this F-15 fighter jet. Maybe they can eat the wing of it. I don't know. But no, I meant oxygen tanks. And like I said, I have seen firsthand the Indian community on Twitter retweeting people getting hospital beds and tanks, oxygen tanks. It's insane. Like literally, I have a father who needs oxygen. Does anybody know anybody that can get me an oxygen tank? It's wild. It's really, really crazy. Magnus Icaro underway. Magnus goes to a Queen's Gambit decline. We have 2 minutes more in this giveaway.
2 minutes, the final 2 minutes. Make sure to click on the link !charity. You need to donate within the next 2 minutes if you want to enter for this giveaway, or if you just want to help. As we said, every single penny matters. Every donation is matched as well. So if you donate $5, it ends up being 15. $10 is $30 because of the donation match. Your money will be even more for the actual cause and what we have already mentioned, care and their fight in India against the second wave of COVID.
Yeah, absolutely insane. And just so you guys are aware how, again, I'm going to give you just a personal take on all this. I'm an uncle from Singapore, and so this strain, which is just ravaging India, can go undetected beyond the 2-week quarantine. So 2 people went to Singapore. I don't know if they were residents. They had been exposed to it, and they spent 15 days in quarantine, tested negative every day. Day 17, they test positive. They were out of quarantine, which means that just think about that. So this thing is crazy because we're supposed to sit for 2 weeks, and that's kind of well, now we have one that's even more. So it's really dangerous. A lot of people are suffering. This game, however, was a line that Hikaru has played many times, but now it's already gone super off the beaten path. Magnus will probably win some material. Hikaru will play 98, is what I would imagine. The next 30 seconds, folks.
Last 30 seconds. Last 30 seconds. Can we make it to 315,000? We are approaching it.
Can't even see it.
320. 320. Let's see. The biggest juice game in a way.
Yep, we might actually hit 400 today, which is nuts. That's what I said our goal was, but we never know until it's there. Very tense position. 2 center pawns for Magnus, doubled C pawns. More importantly, 5 seconds left. 5 seconds left, and our winner of the massive Hikaru Juice giveaway
is
Cold Sonic Gaming.
whoa! Congratulations! Everything
sounds-
you've seen in the picture is yours.
Yep. That is big Hikaru Juice there. Also, good plug. I mean, if you actually have a channel named Cold Sonic Gaming, go follow that guy. That's the man's marketing genius. Just want a giveaway in front of 50,000 people. You got to upgrade your setup, Cold Sonic Gaming. There you go.
That is incredible. We hope that you'll be using that all for your new videos or streams if that's what you're doing. And congratulations again. And to each and every one of you, congratulations for making an impact. Because what matters, we have one winner for each giveaway, but I do think we are all winners if we come together as a community and help those in need. This is insane. You guys have raised so much money already. 320,000.
This is a blitz game, so the eval will swing all over the place. We're going to get knight takes c5, and the moves are not going to be super accurate because there is not a lot of time on the clock. We're going to take up c5, and Hikaru is passive. That's why he's considered slightly worse. Plays bishop takes c5.
I'm just checking the database where they deviated from the usual theory. Already a5 after a4. That position has like 5 games. A5 happened in 1. Yeah, just right a few games already for that position with a4, a5.
Yeah, I think Hikaru might have forgot a line there because he had to go like knight h5, play some super peculiar move. So now he's going to have to be passive, like with e7. He's up a minute, which is good, but 3-second bonus is a lot. 3-second bonus is a lot, and just because you're down a minute on time, you can very quickly catch up.
So again, about the format that they are playing now of blitz game. 5 minutes, 3 seconds is the time control for this game and the next one. They're playing 2 games at least. And if it's a tie after these 2 blitz games, then there will be an Armageddon. In Armageddon, White has more time, but is in a must-win situation, basically meaning that Black has draw odds.
Yep. Gotta cross that bridge when we get there. Oh, we're so close to the 333. I can finally see it. It's back. Let's see what happens. Carl clearly not happy with this position, or else he wouldn't spend a bit of time here. So, oh yeah, you're right. Now we're looking. You are 100% correct. Queen E7, that's the move that I would have played. But now after E5, there are some serious problems. So the pawns are being blocked up here. The bishop is going to come back. The knight can threaten on G5. He probably plays it.
Now wait to try the move here. The reviews have been incredible.
Okay, what's good?
I've heard good things about the prosciutto, also the caprese, also the mozzarella sticks, and the bruschetta, and the garlic bread.
You mean bruschetta?
Yeah, bruschetta. How are you saying it that way? That's how it's supposed to be pronounced. People like it when you embrace their culture. It's very respectful. Ooh, they have linguine.
Okay, talking to you is embarrassing, and I want to change the subject. You guys eat in the same room before?
Actually, right next door is this amazing Spanish restaurant. They do the best tapas and gazpacho.
You mean tapas and gazpacho?
Yeah, that's what I said. Tapas and gazpacho.
That is not what you said!
And like one block down, there's this bougie restaurant that you have to try. That's racist. It's not racist. If anything, it's less racist. I'm not imposing my anglicized pronunciation on these foreign words like some sort of linguistic conquistador.
Yeah, I think I'll hide in the bathroom for the rest of the night.
No, Adam, come on, I had a great night. We're gonna go get dinner. Then we're gonna go get some strudel. Then we would go to the pool. That would buy all good shots. And then we would go get strudel.
Already said strudel.
Did I? Oh, deja vu. Then we go do some coyote. Pat, I know you do an amazing rendition of Barbada. It's great.
Barbada is an American band.
It's a Hindi word, asshole.
I can't do this. I need to leave.
No, Adam, come on. At least stay for coffee. The traffic is so bad in Los Angeles. We can go to the Starbucks next door, all right? We can get some frappuccinos, some cappuccinos, or a croissant.
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 Croissant. I want to hit him. Can I hit him?
Trap, you sound like a horrible person right now. I'm sorry. Mea culpa. I guess I committed a huge faux pas. I don't know if the box I am here is off or something, but you're all getting really angry at me, so why don't we call it a mulligan? So I'll have a little powwow, and then we can call it Uber. Offending you was never my goal. We're not ready to work yet.
Several of our guests have requested that you.
Mamma mia! Hi, I'm Mike Trap, college. 3 years ago, I had a happy, normal life.
And now it's time to play. Here's your host, Fans Play.
Welcome to What's That Name? The rules are simple. We show you a person, you tell us their name. Our contestants today are Doug and Courtney. The first question goes to Doug. John Legend is one of pop music's biggest artists, but his better half is a star in her own right. Doug, what's that name? Chrissy Teigen. That's right. $5 for you. Courtney, you're up next. Although they recently split, we'll never forget the whirlwind romance of Noah Cyrus and this American musician. What's that name?
Okay, I actually know this. It's Lil Xan.
That's right. $5 to you. All right. Good. This next question is for $250,000. And we've got a walk-on clue. Hey, Todd, it's me. I'm one of your closest friends. Hey, Todd.
And I've been his girlfriend for 4 years. What's my name?
Hey, great to see you.
It's great to see you. We've gone out to dinner 20 times and sat next to each other at multiple weddings. What's my name?
Is it? Doesn't seem like you know her name. Of course I do. Of course I do. It's Missy. Audience. Todd, I'm so sorry. Interesting choice to apologize to him as opposed to her. Guess you just don't consider her a human being. What kind of horrible game show is this?
It's What's That Name? Courtney, you're up next. We've got another walk-on clue.
Hey, it's Jake from your advertising firm, in which you are the only female partner.
And I'm his wife. So we met at the holiday party, and when I showed up, you gave me a big hug, and you said, "Thank God I'm the only woman, not the only woman here anymore." And every time you see me, you say, "Hey, lady," or "Hey, mama." What's my name? Mama.
Ooh, not gonna cut it, mama. Audience.
But Will Zan, you know.
See, that's even worse than me.
How is that worse? You know the camera's on. No. Finish that thought. Duh. It's worse because,
well, she's a woman. So at a party, you would think she would want to talk to the other wife.
Other wives?
she's a goddamn partner at her firm, buddy. Unreal. Round two.
You know, I want to say something. I think you're kind of a jerk.
Well, I think you're a jerk.
Well, why don't you name all your friends' wives?
Those guys, they don't have wives. I roll with a crew of problematic bachelors, and we call ourselves the Squad. Let's learn a little bit about our contestants, shall we? Courtney, it says here that you're a woman who doesn't support other women.
That's right.
Is there anything you'd like to say to all the girls watching at home?
Nope.
Gotcha. What would you say to the young girls watching?
I don't know. You're as good as any man.
Terrible.
Well, what would you say?
I wouldn't say anything. Chemistry, push it up. I would listen.
It's time for a final clue, and this one is dealer's choice.
No, you're not seeing double. There's 3 women there. Done. These are 3 of your wife's bridesmaids. And we know you don't know any of their names.
That's correct.
So here's the deal. You pick the one you think you got the best shot at.
Middle one.
Aw, thanks.
And because you're such a dumb donkey, we're going to give you almost all the letters.
Can I have the first letter?
No. That would be all of them.
Do I have to look at her while I get?
Right in the eye. For $10 million. What's that name?
I am so sorry. Laura! Dara! Shara!
They mean Jar.
Tara! Laura! Zara!
Audience.
I said Laura!
Yeah, but you didn't know it.
Hey, Miss Blake, why do you do this thing? What's it all for? What do you want?
In a word, chaos.
That's the game. No winner, I guess.
But stick around because Doug's already had on another game show. Does your housekeeper have a son?
No.
From West Hollywood, California, the only news team that doesn't know what's on the teleprompter before they read it. Anyone who laughs or breaks loses points. This is Breaking News. Good evening and welcome to Breaking News, the show where we don't know what we're about to say and we're not allowed to smile or laugh. My name is Dom Thompson, but instead of the letter O, I use pictures of donuts.
And I'm Grant Anthony O'Brien, and that's my actual first, middle, and last name.
Tonight we're starting off with a new segment called True Facts About Grant that are not jokes, that are just true, actual facts about this gangly asshole.
Great. Good. I want this to happen.
Oh yeah, do you like that bitch?
Yes, I do. I really do. Please give Doggy Boy his treat.
Yeah? Does the sweet little toilet pig want his yummy, yummy crap?
Yes, mistress.
Well, he's gonna good and goddamn get it. Right off the bat, Grant calls of this year. Isn't that right, you rat fuck?
That's true. It's the disease that killed Al Capone. And I've had it twice because I like to Al Capone.
Oh no! Fascinating. Have you had any other STDs?
Yes. All of them except the big one.
Wow.
And herpes. I haven't had herpes. But so you know, I consider the big one to be acne. Now, here show a naked photo of me. It's field reporter.
Thanks. Yes, I'm. Which is the actual name of one of Grant's childhood friends. Except I also spell it with donuts instead of the letter O. Anyhow, before I show the naked photo of Grant, I just want to make sure I have his permission. Grant?
Yes, you have my permission. I want you to show it.
Yeah, you do, bitch.
That's me. But that's fine. I'll do the next one, which is the same line. Yeah, you big bitch.
I'm a big rectangular bitch who likes it when mommy makes him eat trash.
Okay, well, here it is.
Thanks. Compelling stuff.
Oh, one more thing real quick, Dom. I just wanted to say that Grant looks like if a cartoon Undertaker was cosplaying as Rivers Cuomo.
Okay, moving on to more of the exact same thing. Here's a copy of Grant's headshot from 2007, which is somehow more embarrassing than that naked photo we just saw.
Oh my God.
This is savage.
I don't feel comfortable.
This is mean.
That's not the one I used, though. That was one of the proofs. That was one of the
What?
proofs. That was one of the proofs.
Oh.
That wasn't the one I used. That wasn't the one I used. That was one of the proofs.
Is that Slender Man?
Seconds before showing up to the headshot?
I did. I thought that's how I keep my hair forever because I
Did you
like
say
the way it
get me
looks.
at my worst?
Dang, if
Oh.
you're getting photos taken, you gotta get the haircut a couple weeks before. Don't.
That's one for dramatic roles. We go now to a
Make my
way
face
too.
as angular as you want.
No. Oh no. We go now to a way too big acting choice I made 12 years ago. No.
Oh.
No.
Hey, there's one in Super.
Come on. You said it.
No.
No, like this.
No. Oh no.
What was that?
Just like that.
Oh.
Bye, Boo. Hold it tight, bro.
Have fun at Cairo.
Love you. Goodbye.
Love you. Goodbye.
Now, here with another true story
No.
is another field reporter named after someone from Grant's past.
No.
My name's and Grant knows exactly who that is and exactly what he did.
Oh no.
I don't use donuts. I use bagels with frosting.
Is that a reference to something?
That's a donut. No.
Anyhow, in 2013, Grant was living in Williamsburg at 525 Union Ave, apartment 4C.
I know a guy named Brentley Mulligan who lived in that same building.
Wow. That's right. I thought the fact that Milligan might have lived in this apartment building.
I'm Dom Thompson with Two Donuts.
Sure.
Brennan guy did live in
this same apartment building.
Then maybe you're familiar with this. He'd recently purchased a large, dark green suction cup dildo. Something he bought because he wanted to become better at bottoming. One morning, he was using it on himself in a bathroom he shared with 3 other people he lived with. He was showering and using the dildo to gradually loosen and open up his sphincter muscles. Consider it. Once he was finished, he took the dildo and using its added suction cup feature, he stuck it to the wall of the shower. He then finished showering and went to work, leaving the large dark green dildo stuck to the wall. It remained there until one of the roommates went into the shower, saw the dildo wobbling on the wall, screamed, and then inexplicably continued to live with Grant for another 2 years. Did I miss anything, Grant?
No. Just like that. Just that now I bought him like a good little sub. And anyone out there wanting to get better at taking a large hog should invest in a similar type of anal training tool.
This has been the longest shoot of my life. I'm sweating so much.
I've never heard Grant say no.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. How did you leave it?
I had just come.
That's fair.
I was in a state. I was all,
I appreciate.
Was it? I know this is crazy. It's obvious the answer is no, but I want to ask: was the dildo cleaned or sanitized in any way, or did you just hop out of the shower?
Spray it off. Spray it
You
off.
remember to spray it off and not take it off the
Did
wall?
you have a detachable shower head?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just sort of. Well, no, I could angle it. I angled
You
it.
gotta
no.
soap it. You
Spray it
gotta
off.
soap it. Water's not enough.
Thank God that's it for us here at Breaking News. Special thanks to this week's loser, in more ways than one, Mr. Grant Anthony O'Brien. Thanks for watching. I'm never going to recover.
I'll never shower
You
again.
did it!
I
We can still win the jersey.
and it's not the dildo stuff,
Still
it's
take
the
home
acting
fancy
stuff.
chest.
The dildo stuff, I actually am fine with.
Oh, it's a shame you kind of want to win. You kind of want to win on all fronts.
I want to be clear.
Yeah, wow.
Has a lot to answer
This
for.
transition to Blitz was rough for Ricardo, I guess. Wasn't able to adapt, and Magnus won that first game, and the second one is looking also very good. I mean, there's still some chess to be played, but and low time blunders are possible, but it is looking very decent for Magnus here. He's keeping all the pieces on the board, and that bishop of b8 is just very
I know I'm roasting someone who didn't sign up for this.
But by the way, we have another match that we played. I feel kind of bad.
They were still in their rapid game somehow. That went
Really?
slower than every other match.
Shocking.
Color me surprised.
Rana also fighting for the qualification.
They drew, so they're gonna play Blitz. So we need some Blitz games in live chess, y'all. We get some Nepo, Fabiano Blitz. Oh man, I'm not gonna lie. Well, we'll see what happens with this game. When that win with Black came, I was like, this is gonna be a good day, and it was a good day on one front. Raised $420,000 for charity. Magnus is too damn good. It's too damn good. What are you gonna do? The second you think you got him, then comes back and plays H5, H4, H3, H takes G2.
And suddenly this position is anything but good, especially when you make the win. So it's not only that Hikaru should try to defend here, a draw means he is not qualifying to the semis. He has to win this very suspicious position.
Yeah, I mean, Magnus it's crazy. Like, his position is so good. He's got the closed center. The bishop on b8 is just so strong. With the 3-second bonus, you're probably not. Wait, Fabiano won on time? No, I don't think he won on time. Yeah, it's just impossible because, again, all these pieces surround your king, even the bishops from the distance. That really is coming. What a match, though. Whatever happens, like, 2 wins with Black to start the day. You gotta give it up for both these guys.
And yesterday's all decisive done. They have played 8 games in the rapid portion. 6 of them are back and forth, win and loss, win loss. Both of them winning when they needed to in the next game.
Magnus Carlsen, I remember somebody was like, you know, Hikaru was like higher rated and everything, and they were the 2 finalists of the last World Plus Championship, but it's never easy versus this guy, man. It's never easy. It is never easy. Magnus will, yeah, he's got the wedge, and he's gonna play Bishop takes H3, and also Queen F2. Might be over in the next 2 moves. Position's just far too strong.
Unfortunately, and after E3, just there's no space for white pieces. Oh! Bishop takes H3 could come at any point. It feels like white has to get mated.
Yep.
Oh no.
Yep, Bishop takes H3. I wish we could have it all. Yeah, thank you, guy who's saying it's minus 20 Ceci. You know? Yeah, you can't tell just by looking at it. You gotta, guys, it ain't good. You don't need Ceci to tell you it's not good. You need Ceci to tell you it's not good here, you're hopeless. It's bad, alright? It ain't, it's definitely, you don't need Ceci to confirm that. Like going to VAR when it was a very obvious goal. This is not a very pleasant position for White at all, and Hikaru resigns. And I think more than anything, I don't know, he just didn't get into the blitz mindset fast enough, it seems like.
Yeah.
The transition seemed hard and just wasn't as sharp in the shorter time control, but
we'll talk to Hikaru soon because he will be joining us for sure. But congratulations indeed, Lavi, as you started saying, to Magnus Carlsen for turning the tables today, because Hikaru started winning with the black pieces in game 1, and from then on it was Magnus who had to win on demand. He did it, and he won the blitz tiebreaker. He is qualifying to the semifinals.
Yep, that's the Magnus massive result. What a comeback too. What a comeback. And, that's why we're here. Like I said, I wish these guys could just play the whole thing. It wasn't 7 draws and 1 loss. And it was a fight to the bitter end. So
it has been an amazing match. I would love to see them play every single day. It would have been just incredible for all of us chess fans if they keep playing 20 rounds.
Hey, how's it going, you guys?
Hikaru, hey.
Yo, do you have the Shure mic there? At the, can you see if you can switch it? Because yesterday, I don't know if you were on the same one, but it didn't sound like. Just check if you can switch the mic. So not that we're
Pretty sure it's correct, but give me 1 second.
I hate to do this to you here, but just.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Okay, microphone looks right. I mean, is there a problem with the sound, or
that sounds better? Actually, that sounds good.
Okay.
It was a bit distorted, but.
Oh, is that better?
That sounds fine. It sounds,
Okay, cool.
It sounds good. Yeah. Hikaru, we were really hyped after that first one with Black. Can you take us through the match? I mean, it just seemed like.
Yeah, I mean, basically, there were a couple of parts of the match. I mean, I think the first part, in terms of, from my standpoint, was the second game when I didn't win this position, where I was much better. I mean, this was really the critical moment because Magnus tried very hard with Black, and I think if I played this H3 move instead of letting him play H4, H3, I mean, okay, for a computer, it's winning. For a human, it's not so easy, obviously, but that was probably the chance that I had there. I should never have allowed H3. But I mean, he played very well, and I thought it was very messy, but kind of like in the first game where I think a lot of the problems Magnus encountered were because of the time situation. I had the same issue where I was spending too much time in the second game with White, even though it was much better for me, and I just couldn't figure out the complications in the middle part. So that was really, I think, the first thing I would say. Second thing, people are going to take this as me being unhappy or being salty. But I mean, I think one thing that's amazing is you can call it world champions luck or whatever you want to call it.
But like Magnus just made a flat out blunder in the third game, and he just blundered knight takes d4, and despite taking a clear blunder, he wasn't even losing that game. So it's just it's nature how it goes. And I think the sad thing for me is that in the tiebreaker, I just confused my move orders. As simple as that. In the opening, the first blitz game, and the second game, I mean, it's always going to be uphill after you lose the first one. You just try to keep pieces on the board and hope that it works out. But it wasn't really meant to be in the second blitz game.
So you're saying it was the move in the first blitz game, but we were also wondering if it was difficult to switch the mentality from rapid to blitz, or you didn't find that difficult. Suddenly it's different time control.
I don't think it's rapid and blitz. I think the problem is that I kind of at the start I was too jumpy because I forgot that it was 5+3. I think 5+3 is really like slow blitz. It's not fast blitz, and I kind of didn't switch the mindset there, and I just blitzed out C5. Like I kind of knew bishop d7 was the right move, and then for some reason I thought, well, I can just go C5 and it transposes. And of course Magnus found knight D5, and maybe there was some practical chance somewhere, but it was very unpleasant. So it's what it is. But yeah, I don't think it's so much rapid blitz. The problem is that it's slow blitz. I kind of was still thinking that it was like 5+2 or 5+1 or 3+1, which are very fast. Those are fast blitz, and I didn't really adjust. I'm not gonna say that's the reason I lost that game. Obviously, I made it bad with the opening, and that was very precise, but it certainly was unfortunate.
We wanted you guys to play forever and ever because this match has been the most exciting back and forth of all the Champions Tour, basically.
Did you? I know you didn't win. Might be a dumb question, but did you feel like you had fun playing the games, especially the ones you were winning? It felt like it was a really good match. I don't know. It looks like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think there are a couple ways that you can look at the match. I think the first one is that if the order of the games had been flipped around, like let's just say I had been behind in winning those games, I would feel pretty happy. Not happy, of course, I lost, but I would be like much more satisfied with the match. But because the order is the other way, I feel like much more unhappy, objectively. But I would say, yeah, I enjoyed the match. I mean, it's I was thinking about it recently, like why have I played better against Magnus probably in the last like 2 or 3 years than I played in the previous 10 years, and I don't think it's because I've gotten better at chess, and I don't think Magnus has gotten better either, or sorry, not gotten better, but Magnus has gotten worse. But I think it simply comes down to the fact that opening preparation, I wouldn't say it's easier, but it's much harder to find ideas. And if you look at a lot of the games against Magnus that I was losing over the past 10 years, a lot of the mishaps I had were in the opening. Ironically, of course, the first blitz game was an opening mishap as well. But I would say that I've been avoiding danger in the opening a lot more. I think that's just because the way theory has progressed and how much harder it is to find ideas with the right pieces. So
you've done so well, Hikaru. I know it doesn't feel like that, but we have been so impressed by the game. This has honestly been a treat to all chess fans to be following all the games in this quarterfinal, and we really hope. We were wishing that it was like when we played against each other in the finals of the Magnus Tour, and it would be day after day, because it has been just so exciting to follow the games. As you said, it's not the same when you win the first and then Magnus ties the score. But overall,
yeah, I mean that's what's so funny is if I think about the match, if you were to flip the order, let's say I was behind, I kept winning with white. Like say he wins game 1 with white, and I would game 2 with white, and it's the other order. I'm pretty happy with my result, but because the order is the other way, it's like somehow it's not. It doesn't feel as it doesn't feel as good. But I would say yeah, overall, I mean I enjoyed it. I think I'm not going to pretend I'm not going to pretend that like I'm spending all the time in the world preparing for these events. So the fact that I'm able to compete with Magnus, who I mean by far and away is the best one in the world. I know he's had issues with some of the recent events, but definitely the best one in the world still. It's nothing to be that happy about.
And how about your other achievement of today, Hikaru? Have you seen how much money your channel has raised? Team Hikaru again. This is our all-time high.
Yeah, I mean it's phenomenal. What can I say? I haven't really been paying attention today because the match has kind of been back and forth and just trying to stay as calm as possible, pretty much. So I haven't really been watching super closely. But yeah, it's amazing the community has raised so much money. I think our previous high was like 380, so to raise 430 is just I mean incredible. It's out of this world. I think going up to 430 right now. So Yeah, it's phenomenal. I mean, I think it speaks to what you guys have done. You know, Anna and Levy, also the community was raised for like 1.4 million or something like that. So, it's amazing. And in many ways, I think like that's. I mean, that actually. I know that I lost the match, but that is a silver lining to see that.
Yeah, as we were saying during the show, we don't know it's going to be you and Magnus in the playoffs. We just put it on the second day of the quarterfinals, so there's a chance that it'll be a longer show.
Right.
Every time we do this, I actually don't expect to continue. Like, I feel like we went all out. So this next one, we might have to take a step back. But today we broke the record by like $70,000 raised, and probably will be more.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's incredible. What can I say? So yeah, no, it's just a big shout out to the community, of course.
Yeah, we were.
And still going. Thank you guys for continuing the donations. We will have a final giveaway, the overall giveaway that includes a PSMD Cairo jersey. You can still win that for donations of $25 or above.
Also, are there still blitz games going on?
Yeah,
I don't mind hanging around for that.
Yeah, there's leftovers and stuff. You don't know.
Okay. Sure. All right, then, yeah. I mean, I'll hang around with you guys for that as well, obviously.
Thank you. Thank you. I think they haven't started it yet, but should be starting in any moment.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Hey, do you like my banana shirt?
oh, nice.
I
Very
love
nice.
my flowers. We're trying our best here, but no one has a pineapple shirt like you.
Anna, you need like an apple shirt, orange, and then
I have lemons. I have a t-shirt with lemons. I think I should have.
Oh, Levy, maybe because I don't. Let me see. How do I sound now? Do I sound better or
a
worse?
little bit less distorted, yeah.
Do I sound better?
Yeah, but it's not. I mean, it's not like a crazy difference.
It's not a crazy difference. Okay. Let's play around with some of this stuff.
They did start their
Yeah.
game. Oh,
Okay.
our usual big supporter, Tribeca Castle, donated $2,500 to the charity. I believe it said.
Wow.
Great tournament. Yeah, I mean, man, you seemed really informed. It was kind of sucks. You had to. Well, you literally, it feels like if you had another quarterfinal matchup, like this is a matchup we want to see in the finals.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's the unfortunate nature of the format. But I would say one other thing that I think is important, and this is I think I would say this again. It's like these sorts of matches really highlight the problem with the format, because basically it's only in this final 8 where you start to see like these really exciting games, whereas for the first like 15 games you see some exciting games, but there isn't a lot of action objectively. And so I kind of wish like we didn't have to play all these games before the fun begins.
Do you think it will change the format? Maybe there's another tour, because like we are finishing already this one. But
I was also thinking about this quite a bit recently, and first of all, I think Fabiano just blundered, and he's just much worse. This is a known tactic. Where White gets the 2 bishops. I mean, maybe much worse is too strong a word, but after D4, White's definitely better here. But what I was gonna say is that I was thinking about that as well, because again, the tour, it's not over, but we kind of have a pretty good idea of who's going to be in the final in San Francisco. So like I think if you're going to have 15 games, if you're going to have 16 players, you should probably just have a straight knockout. Not knockout. You should just have to be a round robin like it was, but it's just first through 8, and that's that. That's what I feel like is best objectively. So I think that's what I would suggest. It's just you have the same format, but like if you have 15 games, but just spread it out over more days potentially.
more days, and then so you're saying I didn't understand if it would be still top 8 or
No, I think you just have 16 players, and if you probably actually I would say you should play everyone white and black like 2 games, and that's how you get the extra days. Then you get 30 games, and you spread that out over like 9 days or something. So that's something like that, I think, because like to me it feels like playing all these games, like 15 games over these first 3 days. I mean, I'm just not a big fan of it, because you end up in situations where you have like a lot of draws, which of course makes sense, because I mean the only thing that matters is getting into the top 8. But that's probably what I would suggest.
Matt Real, $1,000 dono.
Thank you so much, Margaret. Thank you, Tribeca, and thanks to each and every one of you for continuing the donations. We will have the overall giveaway soon. And what we have raised so far is incredible. We have hit 430,000, and that was already the opt donation goal. Thank you guys. This is insane.
That's crazy. That's insane.
I actually think that we can. I've realized the power of like YouTube plugs, especially for good causes. So, for example, like there was a small guy on YouTube who was uploading some of my like best moments or whatever. He made some compilation, and I asked him for the video, and I verbally plugged him, and he went from like 300 subs to like 3,500.
I'm one of them, and I'm very proud of it. Shout out to Pi. Shout out to Pi.
Yeah, so I really think that, for example, like if we follow this up somehow, and I can also put it in, I think we can put it in the recap and everything. I think we can make it very, and on Twitter, obviously, we're going to put it after the show. We can hit 500,000, which is a lot of money.
Wow. It is
It's
insane.
amazing.
Yeah, you did say it in yesterday's recap, Levy. I heard you saying it.
Yeah.
Doing the marketing work. Thanks so much.
Well, that's the thing. Like we have this Twitch thing, but at the end of the day, there's audiences everywhere. I mean, some people can't stay up and watch. You know, some people
True.
want to watch because it's such a long show. But yeah, we wanted it all. We got really excited after the after the win with Black in the first game. That seemed like.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, from my standpoint, as I said before, it hinged on the second game. Second game, I knew Magnus was going to go all in, and I mean, if Magnus wins, it's match on. If I win that game, probably I just win the match very cleanly. So I knew that was going to be the big game, and if I had played H3, if I hadn't let him go H4, H3, I mean, I'm not saying I would have won, but I think it would have been very hard for him to play because then my idea is just very simple. I'm pushing the queenside pawns, and I'm not getting attacked. So that was a very big mistake.
We really thought you were close to winning that one. Sorry that I caught you there, but that position, the Mortis set up against the Hatchog, and then he went for this B5 and H5, H4. It felt like it's just like that it shouldn't work. It was such a crazy position.
Right, but I mean, I think Magnus decided like either he had to win that game, or I mean, of course he could have won the third game with White. I mean, that goes without saying. But I think he felt like he had to go for it. I mean, I think also at that point we were both a little bit. I don't want to say tired necessarily, but I mean, I think we were both already starting to feel it a little bit more, especially because like the third game was not great, and then the fourth game, I mean, also like I probably should have been able to put more pressure on him.
Why did he go B4?
I mean,
And
why
then
not?
the zigzag setup with the pawns, it was so funny.
I don't know. Just seemed.
Well, what is actually? You know what? I'll refer to something. So I saw an interview very recently by Anatoly Karpov because he celebrated his 70th birthday, and in this interview, like he listed his top 5 chess players, and he didn't list Magnus, which I thought was very peculiar because in this interview, he basically was saying how like he just likes to play chess and he likes to just play positions. And like Magnus playing B4 and playing the orangutan was the same kind of thing where he just wanted to play chess. So I thought it was like I actually thought that was kind of strange because Magnus literally does exactly what Karpov said. And so in that vein, back to the orangutan, you just play chess. I mean, it's not like it's losing or anything.
Yeah, he just played some weird inspired version of the of like a Trapowski, except there's no beef on it. You know, just put everything in the dark square. You trade the bishop. So we liked your more aggressive, dynamic approach, and obviously, yeah, then he just and everything.
Yeah. No, I mean, I thought, I mean.
Do I have a small friend? Oh. I just wanna sex you up. You know, stop. solely on recently written choral music, experimental, new music, that kind of stuff. When I'm not doing that, I am usually called on to be the professional bass 2 at the Cathedral Choral Society in Washington, D.C., Washington National Cathedral. Okay, I'll keep saying this.
Attention prospective NHL goalies. I implore you to see these situations and assess them carefully. They might be the difference between life and death. Ready? Let's begin. You are Ilya Samsonov. You have had a rough season filled with stays on the COVID list. You are in the third of 3 straight overtimes in a crucial matchup against Boston. You are behind the net with the puck. What do? Pass the puck around to the end boards? Pass the puck to Justin Schultz? Or wonder how you're going to party after the game? He and Schultz chose option C. Ain't that a bit? Momentum swings the other way, and Ovechkin yells out the Russian force party plans. They all pitch in for bottle service and party like it's 2018. The end. You are Tristan Jarry. You pretend you are Martin Brodeur, yet you don't possess any of his intangibles. It is double overtime in Game 5 of a series you were favored to win. The puck gently slides down to you. What do? Pass the puck to Matheson skating to your left, do a somewhat risky pass to Malkin on your right, wait for a defender to return behind the net, skate the puck. You only live once, right? I would suggest that Jarry hits himself, but the punch would go past him, just like pucks going over his glove hand. He's lucky he'll be an assistant manager of a Cinnabon in Omaha, Nebraska after this. Word of advice, Tristan. Avoid major roadways. The Yinzers are going to want blood. You are the Edmonton Oilers. You have 2 of the greatest talents in hockey in McDavid and Draisaitl. You are down in the series against Winnipeg 2 games to none, but you've surged to a 4-1 lead in the stadium without fans. How do you respond? Hold the lead and retake series momentum? Sacrifice live animals at the altar of Mike Smith? Or relive 2017? Do I hear the Honda Center calling your name? It was so good to blow a 3-goal lead in 3 minutes, they just had to do it again. There wasn't even a contrived controversy to cling onto this time to excuse the collapse. What a pity. Top-heavy team somehow has gotten even more top-heavy. I wonder when the fans will turn on McDavid. Too soon sure isn't for Ethan Bear. Just with Edmonton and throwing random depth guys under the bus. You are the St. Louis Blues. That's humiliating enough. Take your series sweep and fuck off. You are Sergei Bobrovsky. You signed a massive contract in 2019, but haven't come anywhere close to living up to it. Despite your shaky first season, you rebound a bit to gain the trust of Coach Q to start Game 1 against Tampa. What do? Play up to your contract, defecate on Tortorella's grave, or defecate in front of your own net? I think we know the answer here. It only took 2 games and he was already yanked for Chris Drieger, who also defecated in front of the net. The Panthers' curse must continue. No series win since 1996. You can bitch like Tampa, gaming the system like everyone else is. What they did wasn't illegal on the CBA, just saying.
is one more thing we wanted to talk about today. Now, some of you may have noticed on the net this. For those of you that have not been aware, there was a funny thing that happened on our website last Thursday, as I recall, where some specifications were posted on a PowerMac G4 page and looked pretty remarkable. Now, the reaction to these specifications fell into one of three camps. One, it's too good to be true, can't be true. Nothing could ever be this good. Number two, it's true. And number three, it's brilliant marketing on Apple's part. We internally, one of the folks internally had a great name for this, called it premature specification. But I am here today to tell you that it was a mistake, and it's true. But it doesn't even begin to tell the story that we get to tell you right here and now. We are delivering today the world's fastest personal computer. It's amazing. Now, there's three things. There's the chip, there's the system, and there's the product. And we're calling it the G5. Now, the G5 has some amazing properties. Number one, it is a 64-bit processor. It is the world's first 64-bit desktop processor. And it runs our existing 32-bit applications natively, no problems. 64-bit processor. Secondly, it is running at up to 2 gigahertz. This is the fastest 64-bit processor ever. Third, it has a 1 gigahertz front-side bus. It is the fastest front-side bus ever. And it is built for full symmetrical multiprocessing. This thing has been designed from the ground up for dual processing.
How's that, Cairo?
Good.
So, any schminks?
My mid back.
Ooh, good schmink.
He was just pressing down all of a sudden. But again, he was stretching out my hip, and I was like, so close, so close. In my head, obviously. Good stretches.
I'm gonna go on a little while.
I know. You can take my car. Do you just shower? I'm sorry. Hi. Come here. Come here. You want to go upstairs, go snuggle mommy on the couch? Hi.
These are some of the highlights of the new G5. Now, it's got an entirely new architecture that has the industry's highest bandwidth. And let's just go through it for just a minute. First of all, it's massively parallel. It's got a 12-unit core. And what that means is we can have 200 and up to 215 in-flight instructions. Over 215 instructions can be being processed at the same time. The G4 can do 16, which means if your app can get this thing flying, it can scream. It's got an optimized velocity engine with a dual pipeline design. It's got 2 double precision floating point units. That's twice the G4. This thing is a floating point monster, as you will see. 2 fully symmetric integer units, that's twice the G4. 2 load and store units, twice the G4. And massive branch prediction logic, which
I know what it does. Quick expansions. It's a good thing. So, this is a new generation architecture, and this is just the beginning. And IBM has done a phenomenal job on this. We've worked with them very closely, and they also happen to have the world's most advanced chip fabrication on the planet. 130 nanometer processes is built in, silicon on insulator, 8-layer copper interconnects, 58 million transistors. I don't know how they count them. This thing is built on 300 millimeter wafers. These are 12-inch wafers. I happen to have one right now. This is how they build G-phones. It's amazing. It's just amazing. And they build it in a $3 billion state-of-the-art semiconductor fabrication facility in Fishkill, New York, built in the USA. Now, this is what it's like. This is a city down there. It's amazing. And this is the map of the city. This is the processor itself, and this is how they're made. And they're made on these giant 12-inch wafers, untouched by human hands, in the most advanced semiconductor factory in the world, where robots move the wafers around. There are no people getting anywhere near these wafers. This is what it's like. A giant factory making these giant wafers. And we are thrilled with this partnership with IBM. It's producing dramatic results that we're announcing here today. And it's my pleasure to bring up Dr. John E. Kelly III. John's the Senior Vice President of all of the technology groups at IBM. John, I'd like to welcome you here.
Thank you, Steve. What a great day for Apple, for IBM, for Apple developers and Apple customers. So you're probably thinking, how did we do this? How did we catch up? How did we pass our competition in one giant step? Well, what we did is we went to IBM and we took the DNA, the core, out of our highest performance 64-bit microprocessor supercomputer and brought it down into the 64-bit desktop processor, operating at 2 gigahertz. The buses we showed at 1 gigahertz. And the technology, we took our most advanced 130 nanometer technology, which, by the way, has a gate length, if you're a real geek like me, of under 50 nanometers. Horizontally, we shrunk to 13 angstroms, 6 to 7 atomic layers in the gate. This is very advanced technology. And that's why, by the way, I tell my boss it costs $3 billion for one of these fabs. Only IBM, in partnership with Apple, can produce this kind of technology, and I'm very proud of our teams and all that we've done. But team, this is just the beginning. As you know, IBM spends nearly $5 billion per year on R&D, in addition to big fabs like this. And much of that spending is aimed at our advanced microprocessor and semiconductor technology. And as we sit here today and as we speak, there are hundreds of IBM scientists and engineers working on the next generation. So we have a roadmap that's going to knock this on. And what a great partnership we have with Apple. Steve, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. We've been waiting for this day for a long time. We've been working very closely with IBM for several years now to create this G5, and it is so exciting to launch it. So this is the chip. Now, let's build a system with it. We start off building a system, even before we get to the processor, with a chip that Apple designed. It's the G5 system controller. It's among the world's fastest ASICs. It's got a point-to-point architecture So there's no contention between the various things that want to send data around through the system. Dedicated bandwidth for main memory for each subsystem. We designed it, and IBM is fabricated in the same state-of-the-art facility that's building the G5. So this is our system control. Now to that, let's add a G5. The G5, as we talked about, has a 1 gigahertz bus. That's 6 times faster than the G4. 8 gigabytes per second of bandwidth into this processor. 64-bit wide bus, double data rate, bi-directional. It screams. And you can add a second processor. Now, when you add 2 processors, this is where these independent buses really come into play, because one processor does not slow down the other one at all. They're completely independent. We have 12 times the bandwidth of the G4 here. And again, there's no contention for the bus, no slowdown when you add a second processor. Then we add memory. We decided to go with the hottest memory money can buy, and that is 400 megahertz, 128-bit wide DDR memory, over twice the bandwidth of the G4. We can get 6.4 gigabytes per second of bandwidth out of this memory system and into those processors. Now let's add graphics. For graphics, again, we decided to use the latest and the greatest AGP8X Pro graphics. Twice the bandwidth of the G4, 2 gigabytes per second. We got the latest chips from NVIDIA and ATI, and we power Pro cards. You can put in the really high-end Pro cards if that's what you want. So next, start to put on the I/O slots. Again, the latest and greatest, 133 megahertz PCIe slots, almost 8 times the bandwidth of the G4, 2 gigabytes per second. We connect the slots with hypertransport into the main G5 system controller. We got 133 megahertz 64-bit slot and 200 megahertz 64-bit slots. Next, let's connect our storage. For storage, again, we turn to the latest technical standards, and that is serial ATA to connect to the drives, 1.5 gigabit per second of bandwidth. We got independent interfaces to each drive again, so there's no contention. This is an Apple-designed I/O chip, again connecting to the mothership G5 controller with hypertransport. And lastly, the rest of the I/O coming off this Apple-designed I/O chip, we built in an incredible suite of high-performance I/O. We've got FireWire 800 and 400, USB 2.0, Gigabit Ethernet, Airport Extreme, Bluetooth, and for the first time, optical, digital, in and out, as well as analog audio in and out. So, this is our system, and we're mighty proud that we think it is the beginning of a whole new generation of architecture for Apple. So, that is the system. What kind of product we're going to build out of this? Well, the first thing is we're going to build products. We have single or dual processors, obviously. Up to 8 gigabytes of memory. We are going to break through the 4 gigabyte barrier. And on this system, ship up to 8 gigabytes of memory. Now, why is this so important? Obviously, if you have stuff that takes more than 4 gigabytes, it becomes extremely important. But it's even important in subtle ways. The G5, as we said, is a monster in terms of bandwidth. And talking to the disk drive, you can talk at 150 megabytes per second of only the disk drives with data that fast. But to memory, you can talk at 6.4 gigabytes per second. That's over 40 times faster. And so with more memory, what that means is you can leave stuff in memory and not have to swap it off disk. This is huge for certain applications. 40 times faster. This is so fast, you can transfer the contents of an entire DVD in less than a second.
on the screen deck, so I just keep going. All right, so when it comes to the Stream Deck, what is it and what is it in the text? So if you are brand new to this, then I'll be really background. So there are three different sizes of Stream Deck. So this is actually a physical product. I consider it a companion to my mouse. It sits right beside my mouse. You are going to see mine in a moment. And it's really a remote control. So when I think back when I was in-person video presentations, I would have a little slide remote where I could just easily control my presentation. This is the same kind of idea. You've got this external accessory that's going to help you to stay focused and just do the thing you need to focus on really well and what you're doing. Now, of the three sizes, you can do it with really funny lots of ways. One is 6 keys, which I think most people familiar with the Stream Deck probably do recommend. Maybe you've got a secondary device that only has these things and maybe only doing a couple of things with it, and perhaps that could work. There's then the middle one, which is 15, that's the regular quote Stream Deck. That's the one that I have. And then there's the third one, which is the XL, which if you are using it regularly, you're probably going to want that one. I know that for me, choosing the middle one and the 15 keys, that was the best experience. I am a relatively new entrepreneur, don't have a lot of extra money, so choose wisely. We wanted to Stream Deck, so I made the middle one. If I had more, I would go for the XL. So that'll be a feature that's on my YouTube. But I will show you how I'm using the features. So you have different profiles that allow me to switch between the different profiles. So I can use it for something like this, I can switch back and use it for something like this live stream right now, and use it for the weekend, which is student software that I like to use live. And I see, yeah, Andy, I agree with you, is recommending XL. It's just like instructions. It's not cheap. This is an investment. But I would say that if you are a person who is regularly running meetings, running workshops, and presentations, who need things to flow smoothly, this is probably the place where you would need to go. Like, what's in the long term, what am I going to do, and what can I form right now? Also, I guess, this is true. Except more true, not as important. And I will show you how you can use it today. So, and welcome to our video. All right, so a few things that I want to say that is that it is programmable. And there are some techniques you can use to have hotkeys or shortcuts that are less expensive. But this is that once you program it, then you can change it. So if you are doing something different, you can just go in, change the keys, set them up how you want, and the buttons will change. And that's a big word is that it's a digital product that has these different features, and you're going to see in a second. So let's show you this setup. I'm going to switch my camera. Now you can see I'm sharing my screen, but I also do it below me. That is my actual Stream Deck. This is my actual hand over the buttons. The camera is not great. It's a little webcam, so you can't see a high resolution. But on the screen, when you look over at my Stream Deck software, which is open on my page, you can actually get a clear look at my default profile. So this is how I leave my Stream Deck most of the time when I'm simply working at my computer. Now, right now, because I am actively running a live stream, I will typically be on this profile, which is my eCam Live profile. This is where I can toggle between my next scenes, I can switch the camera view, I can put a little like and subscribe, which will show up on the screen, so I can have those things handy. And this is the type of thing that I can have ready for the live streams. If I were to press this little guy at the corner, it would end the stream. So I'm not going to press that. But what I've done is you can see on the side here, or if you look on the screen here, that I have these little other Stream Deck icons that I have created, and I use these to toggle back and forth between my profiles. Because I just showed you my default profile, so if I push that, you see both on the Stream Deck and on my screen that it has gone back to my default profile. You will also see that I have the Zoom Stream Deck profile here on the right. So if I press this Zoom default profile, now all of a sudden you see the gray icons. So these are custom icons that I created and made myself in Canva, below, I actually have a link so you can grab these as well. So you don't have to worry about something at time. You don't have to plug it in. Now, with these icons, what I did is I took a look at Zoom. And I said, what are the things I do most often? Mostly as a host of a Zoom meeting, but also when I'm just a participant in a meeting, what are some of the actions that I'm regularly taking? If you take a look at Zoom, I can show you that for a moment. You can see all of the different keyboard shortcuts. And those are the hotkeys, and that's what you put in the program into the Stream Deck. And I'll actually show you how to set these up in a moment. So when it comes to this, these are working when the Zoom is on the screen. So right now, if I were to be running a Zoom meeting, the way I've got it set up, that all of these controls, if I were to press these, they would take actions with Zoom. Now, if I have a Zoom meeting running, I have another program open in the foreground, another application where we are doing screen sharing. There is an option that's called global shortcuts, where even if Zoom's kind of in the background, you can still have your keys and hotkeys connected. So those keyboard shortcuts will still work. Right now, I personally have decided that I will only use these when Zoom is an active application on my computer, mostly because I don't want to accidentally set off something else in another program. But the lovely thing about the Stream Deck is you can play around with it and nothing. So let's actually open up now for Zoom so that you don't have to use your mouse, you can use some shortcuts. You'll see there are a lot of them. I just picked the top ones that are applicable for me. And then here we have global shortcuts. So even if, so for example, I told you that I have the calendar that I open. So if you wanted to add a website, just drag over here, and all you can do is enter the URL of the website. And when you press that button, then it will launch that. And as before, you can just make your own key if you want. Otherwise, you will just have this little icon here. There are also other icons that you can grab online. Like the best available. Another example is open. So in this, I use a lot of open application shortcuts. So if I wanted to open up Zoom, let's say, I would just go down here, and then this changes depending on the button. So I would say choose. I would go into my applications, and so here I just scroll down to Zoom, and it automatically grabs the icon from the computer, so you don't have to make icons every single program, because they're already broken. And as you can see, although not very clearly below, these are all updating, and I'm going to put in the title. I know that that's the key. But also here you can see that you can change, you want the title in the middle, you want the title on top, you want to change the font, all of that comes in here. When you don't want this in the corner though, all you have to do is you've already set it up, is just drag it somewhere else. Now you can see down here for appropriate stuff, it's just updated in real time. That's the thing that's so amazing, and this is why worth that extra investment. This tool is programmable and customizable and really which is right at your fingertips. And for those of you here, I know a couple of you in the audience are familiar with the Stream Deck. What's your favorite part? Let me know in chat what's your favorite part of the Stream Deck. The other thing I want to draw to your attention is that if you are doing workshops and presentations, which is the core audience that I'm trying to talk to here, I love it better when you're doing professional presentations, you will also be pleased to know that there are some options in Stream Deck for keynote PowerPoint, depending on what you're using. For example, if you are a PowerPoint user, you can actually have a play or stop your presentation. You can have a next slide. You can have a previous slide. And I don't know about you, sometimes I want to jump right to the start or jump right to the end. So you can also set this up. You can customize where you want this to go. And they're already connected to those programs. So once you set those up, you are already good to go. You are set up with PowerPoint. So let's say you are running a Zoom call with a PowerPoint presentation, and you can actually have these all on the same Stream Deck. So I could right now be setting up this presentation that I'm going to run my slides, and I'm going to have my Zoom call. That's an example of how you can actually mix these things together, and you can customize it. So maybe for one presentation, you need to have these slides or these buttons available. Maybe for another one, you want to not use them. That quick tour. Let's see. Okay, Andy says, I love the fact that there's so responsible. Let's just try this one more time. There we go. Got your comment up here. Thank you for sharing that. And okay, let's also, what else we got? The ease of use, right? Yes, I love it. It just, you see, it's those little things that just turns off a little bit of time every time. Okay, what else? Paul here says that his cat scribbles prefers text keys. So, there's that. All right, and yeah, so I am sold a lot. Yes, this is such an amazing product for just being able to manage stuff. So it's not, I think I learned about it just through live streaming. However, I actually put more outside of live streams just to stay organized, keep my workflow, and all of that. Now, while I'm here, I do want to show you this configuration. You can actually open preferences, and this is where you can make some changes. So what is going to be your default profile? So you can check that off. You can change that depending on what you want. You can also toggle things like having this profile. So when I open eCam Live, which is what I use to stream live, it will actually switch to this profile. I've played around with having that set up and taking that away, but I mostly, I'm mixed. Because I can toggle so easily between my different profiles, because I set up this switch profile button, I don't need it necessarily. Sometimes it's nice to have that. And here's an example. Let's take a look actually on the video. So here's an example of a Zoom workshop where I would be using my eCam Live software, presenting with Keynote, and then having a Zoom window open. The way that I set this up is I have all of the orange, which I got care of live streaming, but they have icon tab as well. So these are all eCam Live. So making sure that I can toggle between the next scene. So for example, if I press next scene right now, I go to my main cam. That's the next scene I have set up. If I go to previous scene, we'll go back to this setup. That's this, and this will be showing in my Zoom call. If I want to switch to my main camera, I can do all of that. Here in the top right, I have my keynote slides, so this would advance my slides, so I could do that with the Stream Deck. And here on the bottom, if I wanted to quickly mute or unmute myself, open or close the chat window, mute everyone on the call, and then also the participants window. So I want to open the participants window to see everyone that's there. And switching between speaker and gallery is something I do really quickly. That's something that I have set up now. Because I personally, when I'm running a Zoom workshop using my streaming software, eCam, I actually typically will have my presentation on a different device just to save on the demand kind of computer. You don't want everything running at once. That can actually start overheating, which takes something out of processing power. And that's something that I wouldn't necessarily have this open all the time. I would be managing my slides from my secondary device, which I bring in the slides that way. But that's an example. If you're on one device of how you could set all of that up. Now, any questions that you have about this? We'd love to know. If you have to answer them live, if you're watching the replay, in the comments. I would also love to know what would you use this for. I'm not creative. Is there something you're doing regularly on your device that would really help to have this easy right beside you? Now, the other thing I want to say is remind you that if you are interested in using this for Zoom and you don't want to spend any time making all of your own icons, you head over to download.com/takeover and you have those icons available for you. The link is also below. And if you are interested in a Stream Deck, I also have a link to check out the information if you have never had one before. Again, like we said at the start, think about how you're going to use it. You can get away with using a 15G like I am by having a few different profiles. If the budget allows it, the Excel is so again, Chris is saying, I saw it on videos. You can have it, yes, okay, that's a great point. So Chris says, you can have it turn on and off, lights and appliances, you know, Wi-Fi, yeah, you can, which is really cool. So if we actually back over here. So in your stream deck software, if you go down to the bottom, we've got this more actions. You can actually look along to come up with them. You can see that there are different applications that are already there. You can load those on. So if you are using, say, Streamlabs Philips Hue lights, that's a great example. If you have Philips Hue lights, you can control your lights using the Stream Deck. So that's just one example, but there are many other examples. There's a lot of great videos on how people are using their Stream Deck to make their workflow just saving time and shaving off all of those little seconds over and over. Really does make a difference. All right, so one thing. Paul says you want all my comments. Sure thing, will do. All right, buy text icon, help her get money for Excel. Yeah, that would be great. I should use all of my icon sales to save notifications for that Excel. Okay, and yes, Ken says I have an Excel. I use it with Phoenix, so that's a streaming software, and a couple of many other trustworthy. Anything where there is a keyboard shortcut, you can set up your stream deck. So occasionally is a little button. Meaning you might have it set up there. I've done a couple of times. I've got Zoom open and I press the button. It's not working right away, but that's why you want to practice. Anytime you are running something, just try it out, practice in advance, and get comfortable with it. All right, so let me know if you use this for Zoom calls or presentations. How does it work? Will it make your life easier? I would love to hear from you. And all right, my stream deck is not on the right page to end my stream smoothly. So lesson learned. Bye everyone. Obviously, it's really expensive. more professional, more polished, and also more organized. You're going to plan out the way that you're going to perform in this call. For all of those reasons, it's a great first date. Okay, so when it comes to using a virtual camera, you're going to use this software. Now, there are more than what I have shown here. However, these are some of the main ones that you might find when it comes to shooting software. You need to download it to your computer, meaning there are streaming programs that are actually web-based, those won't work for a virtual camera. Something you have to install directly on your mobile computer. The computers that will use for your calls want those two in the same place. If you want to connect each other. For the purpose of today's video, I am only going to focus on the top two. So the first one that you see is OBS, the Open Broadcasting Software. This is free to download and it is available on both Mac and PC. This is a great option to get started. Very low barrier to entry. There is a little bit of learning curve that I have created a video to show exactly how to set up your scene. You can go to graphics in advance. In this video, I will actually show you how to set up your camera. Now, the other one on the top level is called Live. That is what I use and what I love. And it is for user only. It is a paid software. And you do need a pro plan in order to use a virtual camera. If you are regularly facilitating and you are a Mac user, definitely something to consider. I find it well worth the investment for all the features and also really, really user-friendly. I'm actually going to show you how you set up your virtual camera using two examples. So it's Cam Live, which is what I regularly use for virtual cam, but I'm also going to show you an example of OBS. It is readily available and it is free. If you are using OBS as your software, this is very cool. You have the OBS software open and you have the loading. Now, if you don't know how to do this, watch my video where I show you how to set up OBS and set up the virtual camera. And that is very important to create your single slide and a demo slide and also a screen share slide. And you want to make sure that you are all ready to go before you launch the video. And the other thing you need to make sure is that you have the virtual camera started. So under controls, it will say start virtual camera. When you click that, then it'll say stop virtual camera. So that's when you know that it's on and it's ready to come in through your team. I have my Zoom window open beside OBS and want to just make sure before I turn on my camera that it's the right one. You can see that I have OBS selected. Now, when I start my video, you can see that it is feed. And over in OBS, when I switch the scenes, title, agenda, or the screen share, it will all show up in my Zoom call. With eCam, I usually like to cover my preview window with my Zoom. But with OBS, there's a challenge with that. Because once you start to toggle between your scenes, now OBS is on top, but Zoom is actually hidden. You don't necessarily want to do that. But you can position however you like. You can see the Zoom meeting, you can see those interactions, but you can also take control of different scenes within the scene. That's something you should be aware of if you are viewing OBS as your primary software or the virtual camera. Now, if your virtual camera is not on, this is what happens. You will just see an OBS logo but not the virtual camera. So if that happens, that is your cue to go over here to control and make sure that you have the start virtual camera working. So now you know how to set up your virtual camera in Cam Live or in OBS, and you can see how simple it is to bring in graphics into your Zoom call. There are a few tips though I want you to know. So the first tip, start simple. Don't go overboard in your first meeting and throw everything at it. Just practice doing one or two things. That's the best way to start and really ease into it. If you are going to be navigating two things at one time. And the other thing is we really want you to keep your audience in mind because you do not want to overdo it. You don't want to come in and just because you can look fancy doesn't necessarily mean you should. So you really want to think about what are the key points, what am I really trying to drive home, what should I put on the screen, on the machine side. You just don't want to go overboard. audience week. And finally, because you are going to
Duh. You sleeping? Ma'am? Ma'am?